Hello, 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 hello. It is Friday night, and it's the last day of the year. Technically not really, because we race on Saturdays now. Okay, so real talk. Can you actually hear me? Does it sound okay? Waiting. Don't love that I'm not. Okay. I think you guys are on a bit of a delay. So I'm in a hotel room. I don't have my headset. I thought I packed it, but I can't find it. So I don't have my headset. So that means that we're going to do the next hour and a half with just me shouting in the vague direction of the computer, which is fine, except for the fan in this room keeps going on and I can't figure out how to turn it off. Let me get up. Yeah, that's the ambient background noise, is the sound of the hotel AC thingy. Stand by. Off. Not auto. Just turn off. Seriously, where's the off button? Why is this so hard? Okay. I've now turned it to 24. Is that hot? Is it cold? I don't know. I don't speak this language. I'm also hyper aware of the fact that my room is in between two other rooms. And this is a casino, so I assume that no one's like chilling in bed at 9:30 on a Friday night. But if they are, I'm going to be loud. So, 24.75. Okay, well, that's for me actually Arctic. Okay, so we are just calling Stewards Cup races tonight. Thank you to everyone who was honest about the betting situation yesterday. I was at Mohawk, the harness racetrack, trying to turn off betting because I didn't set an alarm for myself to do it, and it took me a while to figure out how to do it from my phone. It was very complicated yesterday, you guys. Okay, so since we're only calling Stewards Cup races tonight, that means that we only have 14. That pause was me counting 14. And the first race is in 2 minutes. This is the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint. Now, I'm going to try and kind of do these kind of fast tonight. I'm tired. You guys are tired. We all want to know. The little button that says how much CPU is being taken is flashing red already. So this could just be ugly. Like, I don't know how this is going to be. I've had not an enjoyable time. If you guys don't keep talking, I just think the internet's dead. So if you ever can't hear me, like I don't know what to do with that. And I also can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I wanted to read you guys this thing. Keep talking. Well, I am keep talking. No. This is the worst. Yeah, it's not that. It's the internet. Oh. Jesus, Brian, I thought you didn't hear me anymore. Okay, I'm going to cry. So anyway, this is a text I sent to Nathan earlier today. Why aren't you in my life today? He says, because I'm with my family. And I said, I'm in Toronto, which is where you should be, calling races with me. And he said, blah, 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 vacationing, summer, blah, blah. And I said, do you know how many marathons I have to call tonight? He said, at least one. I said, I should call you and have you call one over the phone. To which he said, red, 4:59 p.m. He didn't say anything. He ghosted that idea. So I have opinions on Nathan right now, and they're not good ones. Anyway, you can hear me in the future. So the first race is the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint. We have a field of 11. Stenrino Hawkinson on the rail with My Secret Beat. Then Eric Deco with the Cindy Saunders bred Honor and Honesty. Eric Gray has the 3 Feathery Free. Now you guys try to say 3 Feathery Free 3 times fast. Hot Blooded is the 4 for Amy Atkins. Rafa Usaz has the 5 Vittori, who sold $1.9 million so far. Tiger Anna for Poke Buffalo. Raoul Powers with the 7 Numbskull. Number 8, Altitude for Laura Smith. He won a Steward's Cup a couple years ago. Yeah, that was year 68. But he also won this year's Chimborazo. Then comes Frankie Four Fist for the Art Case Stables. Mick Magnum for Brian Levitt. And on the outside is Thunder Over Moon, your defending champion in this race. He's earned $5.4 million. So quite the field here. You think I'm calling long races tonight? You can be darn sure we're picking them up at the half. We're not. What do you mean I don't show up in the chat room? I'm right here. I see me in the chat room. Okay, so betting pool's going to close for everything, but also for this race. Is Craig McGee not here? There's only 4K in the pool. That's not okay. They're off in the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint. Numbskull stumbled badly at the start. Tiger Anna also away slowly, and Altitude is showing speed out here. Frankie Four Fist and Hot Blooded in between them. Tiger Anna is rushed up, then Vittori. Thunder Over Moon is widest of all. Numbskull and Feathery Free. Honor and Honesty, My Secret Beat, and down at the back that's Mick Magnum. Altitude leading a length. Now Tiger Anna drops back as Hot Blooded takes over second. Thunder Over Moon is moving up between horses and Vittori. Frankie Four Fist, Numbskull, Feathery Free, Honor and Honesty, Mick Magnum, and now My Secret Beat is the trailer, and they're swooping into the stretch, and it is Altitude now relinquishes the lead to Hot Blooded, and Hot Blooded gets away from Altitude. Thunder Over Moon, Vittori, Tiger Anna, and Feathery Free, but Hot Blooded, look at him go. He's a length and some clear. Altitude second, Thunder Over Moon third, Vittori and Tiger Anna. It's not closing for everything. It was just that one race, but also pick 4, pick 6, daily double, all that stuff I closed. The official winner is Hot Blooded, a 3-year-old gray colt by Paranormal out of Forever Thing by Tragically Hip. A homebred for Amy Atkins, who is now 8 for 12 lifetime. So I had the pleasure today of being in the booth with Robert Geller when he called a race. And last night at the harness track, I was in the booth with that announcer. And 3 weeks ago at Del Mar, I was in the booth with Larry Colmus. And what do these announcers have in common? None of them crack up and just lose it when they make a mistake in a race. I don't know how, because it's hilarious to me every time I do that. So obviously that's why that's not my job. Next up is the Filly and Mare Dirt Mile. We have a field of 16. Bay of Biscay for Tom Mudgett is a $2 million earner and the defending champion in this race. Glacier for Laurel Adams is the 2. I'ma Rock Your World for Yulene Sarah is the 3. Time Travel Fantasy for Andrew James. Nightly Rendezvous for Durzo Blint. Fleason has the 6, Esther Z. Then Silver Sparkles is the 7. That is another Yulene horse, the second of 3 in here. Viola Beach for Chris Barber. He has tons of entries on the night. Laurel Adams with this 9, American Romance. Fleason has the 10, Troya Z. Smith and Fell for Yulene is the 3rd horse from her outfit. Eric Gray comes with the 12, Light and Power. Gigi Go Faster with 13, Carry On. And then comes the other big earner in here, and this is Dark Star for Durzo Blint, who has earned $2.9 million and won a Stewards Cup 2 years back. I Caught the Moon for Kelly Haggerty is just dollars away from $1 million in earnings. She won the debutante last year. Rounding out the field and trying to stretch to a mile, drop back to a mile, is Jodic Set's Daughter of Best Revenge, and that's best news ever. Betting pool closes at $5,000. Tell Craig I'm going to kick him. They're off in the Filly and Mare Dirt Mile. Best News Ever was one step slow on the outside. Smith and Thel stumbled at the start, and Time Travel Fantasy goes out to the lead. Nightly Rendezvous, and then Bay of Biscay on the fence. Troya Z, Glacier, then Best News Ever is rushed up. Light and Power and Dark Star, I'm a Rock Your World. American Romance takes back. I Caught the Moon is wide. Viola Beach, Smith and Thel, Esther Z, Carry On, and Silver Sparkles is at the back of the field as they turn down the backstretch, led by Time Travel Fantasy, who is 2 lengths clear, and Nightly Rendezvous chasing in second. Bay of Biscay is third, Glacier and Troya Z. 2 lengths back to Best News Ever, Light and Power, 2 back to Dark Star. Then I'm a Rock Your World, 2 to I Caught the Moon, American Romance, Viola Beach, Smith and Thel, Esther Z, Carry On. Silver Sparkles is at the back, and it's still Time Travel Fantasy leading them around that turn. She's 3 lengths clear. Nightly Rendezvous, Bay of Biscay, Dark Star is coming on. Best News Ever drops back. Glacier, Troya Z, and I Caught the Moon, they're running down the stretch. Time Travel Fantasy, the one to get, and the only one the danger is Dark Star. Time Travel Fantasy, Dark Star coming to her. Best News Ever is third. Then comes I Caught the Moon. Time Travel Fantasy needs the wire. Dark Star is gaining ground, and Dark Star gets up on the line to beat Time Travel Fantasy. They were 3 lengths clear. Best News Ever, I Caught the Moon, and Nightly Rendezvous, then Bay of Biscay. The official winner is Dark Star, a 4-year-old Dark Bay filly by Gunite out of Darkshire by Dubai Touchdown, a homebred for Durzo Blind, who has now won 2 Stewards Cups. The horse, not Durzo, although I'm sure maybe Durzo has too, is now 11 for 18. The mare Darkshire also did the double of the debutante and 2 years later the this race, which I only just found out as I just clicked on her page, and that is really cool. Well, Durzo, you have a project. 3 minutes to post for the next, which is the filly and mare turf sprint. As always, I love how quickly these 5-ish furlong short races go. And then all of a sudden we get to all the 2 turns, and I'm like, no. One year I'm just going to, the entry, he's not home. I mean, I can text him, but I think he took the kids to ice cream. Nicole Marie says, close the contest on the forum when you can. On the fence for Gigi Go Faster is a Divinity bred by Serenity Sky. Yesterday, W.C. Lee won a race and now has bred the 2 for Gigi Go Faster. That's Belong in the Air. Like me on Sunday, if Air Canada doesn't strike. Number 3, Saratoga Moon for Tion Lung. Then comes Money Love for Craig Neville, the 4. Nancy's Guru for the Art K Stables. Aiden O'Brien with the 6, Service. And Service is best known for winning the Saudi Turf Sprint earlier this year. Across the Universe for Chris Barber is the 7. Hourglass, the 8 for Diane Townsend. Poke Buffalo has the 9. Steven Saratoga with the 10. Dairy Turf. Nix Wolf, another Art K Stables runner here. This one is your defending champion in the race. Riven Magnum for Lucas Davenport. That one's bred by Teaku Downs. John Exet has the 13. In My Life. Then Distillery District for Andrew James. John Nicholson has Queen Bodacia. Bodacia? We're going to go Bodacia because I can say that. And number 16, Whoopsie, for Danny Derby. 1 minute to post. You know how we were talking about name changes and how I can't keep up with when you change your name? I like completely lose track of you ever existing, right? So I have thought this entire year that Ren Marston is Bexley R something. Are you in this chat room? No. But you know who I mean? I thought it was Bexley. Why? Because that name has an R in it and Ren has an R in it. That is how my brain works and why name changes are really hard on me. No, I thought you just changed your name. Yes, Robotnik. To me, Robotnik and Ren are the same word. I just found that hard. I don't know why, but it's not just you. It happens to me every year when people change their names. I thought Hope Bentley and Lori Hamill were the same person for like 20 sim years. And they didn't change their name. Those are just their names. I only know horse faces. If it helps, yesterday I was at a work event and someone came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, Emily, it's so great. Oh, how's it going in Arizona? Yeah, with the horses. Oh, I saw that online. Yeah, how's work? I know it can be tough under that boss." I didn't know who it was at all. I had to ask someone. It was awful. They're off in the filly and mare turf sprint, and Dairy Turf stumbled at the start. Saratoga Moon showing speed, service, and then Distillery District. Dairy Turf rushed up and Ribbon Magnum, Queen Bodacia, and Nancy's Groove. Divinity, Across the Universe, and Money Love. Then Hourglass, Bag in Box, Whoopsie, In My Life, Nick's Wolf. And at the back of the field, that's Belong in the Air as they whip around the far turn, led by Saratoga Moon. Dairy Turf now up into second and service right there. Those two are close together. Then Distillery District and Nancy's Groove. Ribbon Magnum and Queen Bodacia, Across the Universe, Bag and Box, Whoopsie, Nick's Wolf, and Hourglass, and they're running down the stretch. And it is Saratoga Moon trying to fend off Dairy Turf, who's running a big one. Service is still third. Distillery District, Nancy's Groove, Across the Universe. Saratoga Moon is giving way, and Dairy Turf runs away. Dairy Turf is going to win at a length and some over Saratoga Moon, Service, Distillery District, and Nancy's Groove. The official winner is Dairy Turf, a 4-year-old Dark Bay filly by At the Summit out of Dairy Girls by Composer. This is a homebred for Steve in Saratoga, who is now 11 for 23 lifetime. The 3 minutes post for the next, which is the sprint. Are we already on the sprint? Oh, that's sweet. So we have a field of 16. Let's see. Let's sort by owner. Can you do that? No. Why can't you sort these? Who's in charge of this game? So it goes Gigi, Mark Pavlik, Gavin Guile, Chris, and then another Chris. Okay, I thought there was another Gigi. I thought both of them had 3. Doesn't matter. You guys don't care. On the fence, bad situation for Gigi Go Faster is on the fence. I already said that. This is a 3-year-old who's earned $300,000. Then comes the chosen answer for Mark Pavlik. This guy is a $3.2 million earning colt by the chosen Vron. He won the Pegasus 2 years ago. Then comes Gemini for Gavin Guile. Just short of $1 million in earnings for this guy who last year won the 2-year-old Sprint Championship. Number 4, Setting Suns for Chris, is a $600,000 earner. And then comes Guardiola, also from Chris's barn, closing in on $1 million. Storm Sparked for A.R. Roberts has earned $1.1 million. Empire Strikes Back for Pope Buffalo has earned $500,000. Black Mamba is the 8 for Roger Carlo. This guy has earned $2 million the hard way. He does not even have a trophy, so I'm not clear how he's earned $2 million, but here we are. Then comes Elkhorn for the MK Stables. That's a 3-year-old at $500,000. Cannot wait for the 10 Fuel Driver to retire for Xander Zone. Looking forward to breeding to him. Number 11, Waddle, which is just me walking after a meal all the time. Then comes Taos Lauren for Andrew James. This guy has been frustrating because he's a 6-year-old. He's just short of $1 million in earnings, and I would like him to win one of these. That would be good. Linked Storm, the 13 for Keith Malo. Channel Collie bred that one. Then comes another $2 million earner for Yuleen Sarah. This is Creepy Ghost Town. I think he's quite underrated and forgotten about because he also doesn't have a trophy to his name like Black Mamba. The Devil's Plan is the 15 for Durzo. And then comes Rich Man's World for Kelly Haggerty. That is your field. I'm reading Ren's request to have training preferences without having to redo it. I don't think I've ever understood or seen that request like this. Because we just don't want you to be able to walk away for a year. Like, that's not good game management. But I don't see why we couldn't make it, like, savable. Okay, but did you request it in words I could read? You found out what happens when I see R's twice. Like, write it up in a way we can actually do it and send it in. Email it. Don't put it on the form. I'm not reading that at the moment. Not when I'm on break. They're off in the Steward's Cup Sprint. Empire Strikes Back stumbled at the start. The rest away pretty well, and Black Mamba flashing speed, bad situation on the fence, the chosen answer right alongside him. Then comes Elkhorn, Empire Strikes Back is rushed up, the Devil's Plan is wide. Tausaloran and Creepy Ghost Town, Setting Suns, Guardiola and Waddle, then Fuel Driver, Gemini is well back, Linked Storm, Rich Man's World, Storm Sparked is at the back of the field. It is Black Mamba and Bad Situation, and those two are dueling early. The chosen answer is chasing behind them. Elkhorn moving up, the Devil's Plan. Empire Strikes Back. Tausaloran, here's Fuel Driver moving up between horses from 12th. Creepy Ghost Town, Setting Suns. And here's Gemini coming, and they're rounding to the top of the stretch. And Bad Situation and Black Mamba, they lose the lead to Elkhorn, who now kicks away. The chosen answer is still there. Fuel Driver with big strides, the Devil's Plan. It is Elkhorn who's up almost 2 over Bad Situation, Black Mamba, and the chosen answer, Fuel Driver. Elkhorn is a 3-year-old with a plan. He wins it over Bad Situation, Black Mamba, the chosen answer, and Fuel Driver. The official winner is Elkhorn, a 3-year-old chestnut colt by Rule Britannia out of Rose Antipathy by Discord, a homebred for the MK stables, and I would not have guessed that this was MK's first Stewards Cup. Brian Leavitt tells me it's so, and Brian is never wrong. Well, not never, but I wouldn't have guessed that. This is a nice colt. He beat some nice horses. Retire them all so we can breed to them. Maybe not your 3-year-old. But anything older than 3, I want at it. I'm going to be breeding horses on the airplane, once again, if I get on an airplane. So, have them ready. Next up is the filly and mare Turf Mile. They're going for $1.5 million once again. We have 16 of them, because of course we do. There are 3 millionaires in this race. We'll get to them. On the fence, Empath for Serenity Sky, a homebred. Then comes Zian Dorby for Jonathan Fisher. Spirit of the Dance for Andrea Beaucamp. Won last year's race, so she is your defending champion, and she is out of Bombaleo, who you may recall won a Stewards Cup in year 58. # we're all old. Number 4 is Richcard for Chris Barber. Look at this record. 25 starts, 8 wins, 9 seconds. That is excellent training. Number 5, Behold My Story. Hope Bentley with this 3-year-old filly. Another 3-year-old is Xander Zone's Caroten, which could be Carotene, but I'm going to go 10. Yulene Sarah with the 7, Heartbreaking. Welcome to my weekend. Number 8, Hold My Tiara for Xander Zone. Fleas and Hambletonian has the 9, Ethela Z. Andrew James with the 10, Simpson Bay. Tim Matthews with Rosemary's Baby. Then we have back-to-back millionaires. Night Swimming for Ma Springs is a 5-year-old who has yet to win a big trophy, but $1.7 million earned. Then we have Loaxana for Rebecca Rose Hepburn. She won the Stewards Cup. She won this race 2 years ago. Actually, not even one of the 2-year-old races. Well, did she run in it last year? What was she doing last year? Oh, she finished 6th. That happens. Then we have Big Yawn, which is what I was doing last night at midnight when I was still working. the Odyssey, and rounding up the field, Princess of the Mile. That's your field, and it's post time. Hold on, I'm reading good information on a horse name. What? Okay, whoa. How do you explain Zian being Jane? How does DZ make the J sound? Probably just exactly like I just did. Okay, well, I'm going to try. I promise to click over and immediately forget that we had this conversation. Okay, I'm just like repeating it over and over. I hope this horse finishes 85th. That's not true. I don't hope that on anyone. They're off in the filly and mare turf mile. Princess of the Mile shows the most speed all the way from the outside to cut across the field and take the lead. Rosemary's Baby and Loaxana. Hold My Tiara, the Odyssey, Big Yawn, Simpson Bay, Night Swimming, and then comes Heartbreaking, Behold My Story, Spirit of the Dance, Rishcard, then Caroten, Jane Dobry, then comes Empath, and Elthelazi is at the back of the field. It's Princess of the Mile. Runs down the backstretch 2 lengths clear of Loaxana in second. Rosemary's Baby is third. Big Yawn is 3 lengths off the leaders. Right alongside is Simpson Bay, Hold My Tiara. Those 3 are right together, a length back to the Odyssey and a length to Night Swimming. Behold My Story, Heartbreaking, Spirit of the Dance, Rishcard, Caroten, Jane Dobry. Then comes Elthelazi, and Empath is at the back. We've got half a mile left to go in the filly and mare turf mile, and it is Loaxana who takes over the lead from Princess of the Mile and starts to get away. Here's Rosemary Baby now taking over second. Behold My Story, Hold My Tiara, Simpson Bay, Spirit of the Dance is moving up from well behind. Big Yawn and Night Swimming. They're into the stretch, and it's Loaxana trying to get away, but Rosemary's Baby is going with her. And those 2 kicking clear of Behold My Story and Spirit of the Dance, Princess of the Mile holding tough. It is Rosemary's Baby and Loaxana. Loaxana can't let her go by. Loaxana moves away and is going to win it by half. Rosemary's Baby tried her best, but has to settle for second. 2 lengths back to Behold My Story, Spirit of the Dance, and Princess of the Mile. The official winner is Loaxana. She's a 5-year-old bay mare by Crystal Ocean. You don't see that a lot. Out of Heart Has Spoken by Tin Dog. This is a homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, who is now 20 for 25. Hey, Rose, you ever thought about just giving this mare to me? I'll just throw that out there in case you were interested. We're still going a mile, and in 2 minutes it's the dirt mile, a field of 16. And will this finally be the last race for the great Konasek, who is on the outside, who drew post 16, but he faces all of his familiar rivals and a bunch of 3-year-olds in this $2 million race. On the fence for Durzo Blint, the Dirt Mile King, which I think should be like a Tom Mudgett named horse. No offense, Durzo. Number 2, the Space Between for John Exet. This horse has one of the highest ratings for dirt routers in the whole game, but he just like can't get past the Kelseys and the wearing the purples of the world, so he's dropping back to a mile. Why not? Number 3, Firefighter, Tom Mudgett. I told you. And this is a millionaire who won the Stewards Cup Futurity 2 years back. Nautic Z for Fleason, just short of 200,000 in earnings. Count Bayou for Sten Reno. Mike Springer with Dimples. Oh. The number 7, No Time to Cry for Laurel Adams. You're right, Laurel, we don't. The 8 is American Phantom, and this Donnie Hidalgo homebred has won 11 of his 12 starts. He won the Stewards Cup last year, the 2-year-old version, and the only time he's ever been off the board was randomly back in week 8 of this year. You know what? He just had a bad day, He finished 4th, and by bad day, I mean he lost to some of the very, very toughest horses in this division. Number 9, Belmondo for Ronnie D is just closing out on $500,000. This guy's also really, really well trained at 9 for 11. Number 10, Cry Less. So wait, Laurel in this race has no time to cry and cry less? Have I had a revelation like this before? Laurel, where were you today? I needed you. Number 11, Dark Saber. So Dark Saber has earned $3.1 million. This is the sibling to Dark Star, who won the Stewards Cup, 3 races ago? He won last year's Saudi Dirt Mile, and this is the rival to Konasek, who is drawn outside. Gigi Go Faster with the 12, Do Wat Jawilt. Just 1 for 17. Then comes Mike Bryant's Little Curlin. I can say that one. Then comes Jurassican for Sherry Crow. This guy is a $1.1 million earner. Last year in the Stewards Cup, he finished 2nd, beaten just a neck by Firefighter. On the outside is the $2 million earning mare, Irish Eyes, the Pegasus Dirt Mile winner of this year for Randall Johnson. She has defeated the big boys several times, although she's lost 2 races in a row. Rounding out the field on the outside, future Hall of Famer, $8 million earner, Konasek. Is this it? I'm not looking at the chat. Is this it, Sarah? Thought it was last year it was it. I was very stressed about work a year back. I hear you. Okay, Sarah says this is the last race, so. They're off in the Stewards Cup Dirt Mile. Dark Saber bobbled the break. Jurassican from the outside showing speed. Belmondo, Dark Saber now moved up. Dimples in between horses. American Phantom and Nautic Z. Konasek tucks in from the outside. Irish Eyes the mare. Little Curlin and Count Bayou. The Dirt Mile King, then Firefighter, Cry Less, the space between Dewalt de Jawilt, and on the outside at the back, that is No Time to Cry. Dark Saber leading him a length over Belmondo. Jurassican loses a spot to be 3rd. A length back to American Phantom, then Dimples, Nautic Z, and 2 back to Konasek, who's sitting in 7th. Irish Eyes, Count Bayou, Little Curlin, and the Dirt Mile King. Firefighter, 4 back to Cry Less, the space between, and then the rest. It is American Phantom who swoops up around the far turn to take the lead from Dark Saber, and American Phantom starts to get away from him. Jurassican still right there with a shot. Belmondo, and here he comes, the big horse. Konasek is in 5th, and coming on, Dimples, Little Curlin, and Count Bayou. They're in the stretch now, and they've got to catch American Phantom, who's opened up 3-length lead. Dark Saber from the inside has been leading until he lost that lead to American Phantom. He's in 2nd, and now he's trying to hold off rival Konasek, who's closing. Jurassican's still in there too, but they're all looking at the tail of American Phantom. 3 lengths clear. American Phantom can't be stopped today. Dark Saber, Konasek going to finish 3rd in his farewell, then Jurassican and Belmondo. The official winner is American Phantom, a 3-year-old gray colt by American Mischief out of Season of Lights by Zarley, a homebred for Donnie Hidalgo. Do you guys think? No, it doesn't work that way because I think Konasek was behind him. I was going to say something like mystical, like as he ran past Konasek, he passed the baton and American Phantom took it. I don't think the race works like that though. It was mystical in my head, okay? Oh, we only have 1 minute to post. Oh, wait, I have a big long break at some point though. Wait for it. Okay, the next 2 races are 10 minutes apart, so we have time. So let's see what the chat room's doing. She is correct. Konasek is the GOAT. That is true. Konasek, in my opinion, is the all-time greatest dirt miler. Now, is he the fastest ever? Maybe not. But the all-time greatest GOAT, yes. Is Donnie's horse a superstar? Absolutely. Is Durzo's horse a superstar? Yeah, both of those. That mare is insane. So we have a field of 16 going 1.25 miles here for $2.5 million. Donnie trying to go back-to-back on the fence with Dream of Gray, a $1.6 million earner herself. She's seeking her 17th win. Less is lost for Andrew Chillen. I keep saying how much I love this horse. Andrew Chillen's mare is by Ivor and has earned 300,000. Then comes Osprey, another horse that I'm like, sell me your horse. And Lily's like, never. Last year, she won the Stewards Cup Bun Barrette on the Thursday night of racing. Number 4, Paw Print for Diane Townsend, a $500,000 earner, 6 for 9. Then comes Wind for Nina Olson, who is 4 for 18. Smell the Roses for Maria Schroeder is a millionaire by Equinox. And then comes Pixelation, Sarah's horse, trying to make up for the loss in the last race. Look at the training job on this animal. 10 wins and 9 seconds and 5/3 in 31 starts. I can't math, but that seems like a lot of good runnings. Good job, Pixelation. Then comes one of my favorite names of the night for Danny Derby. This is Trololo. I'm just going to say a lot of L's in there that aren't there. Trololo. That's what it is. I'm going to have it be like 10 other extra LOs. Technicolor Blues, a $2.2 million earner for Sarah. I kind of thought she would have won one of these for being such a high earner, but nope. She just does it the hard way. Wins stuff. Runs awesome. Staccato for Serenity Sky. Chris Barber bred this one. It's a 3-year-old who's the 10 Draconic Impact, the 11 for Gain T. Then comes Fleas and Sparkling Water Z. I could kill for sparkling water right now. That was a joke. I wouldn't actually kill anyone, probably. Tattered Sarks. Tattered Sarks. Gwen Morse's Tattered Socks is the 13, and she is a millionaire as well. She won the Stewards Cup back in year 67. Oh, she's old. Mike Springer's number 14, Wildfires. Then comes Forever Royal for Mr. Lord Rich. And rounding out the field, Misfire for Mike Springer. And now it is time for my water bottle and I to get acquainted. You guys talk about stuff. Wait. Rewinding to earlier in the evening. Remember when I thought Wren and Bexley were the same person, and then Wren had to leave and Bexley showed up? I rest my case. Click, slur. Sorry. I didn't realize it was that loud. That's literally the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me today. And I've had a really embarrassing thing happen to me today, so. They're off in the Stewards Cup, filly and mare turf. And Wildfire stumbled badly. Tattered Socks was away slowly. And Forever Royal, Flashing Speed, Draconic Impact, and Misfire from the way outside. Smell the Roses and Osprey, Trololo. Then Technicolor Blues, Sparkling Water Z, Paw Print, Wind, Pixelation, Staccato, and Dream of Grey. Less is Lost, then Wildfires. And at the back, that's Tattered Socks. Forever Royal leading them around the clubhouse turn and has a head in front of Draconic Impact. Hopefully you guys can still hear me because I moved positions. Misfire is in third. Smell the Roses and Trololo. Then comes Osprey in sixth. The length back to Technicolor Blues. Sparkling Water Z. 2 back to Wind, Paw Print, and Dream of Grey. Those 3 are 3 across the track. Pixelation is the 12. Staccato. Less is Lost. Wildfires and Tattered Socks is at the back. They run down the backstretch with 5 furlongs left in filly and mare turf, and Forever Royal is leading Draconic Impact and Misfire. Smell the Roses, Trololo, Osprey and Technicolor Blues, Sparkling Water Z, Paw Print starting to move up a bit, and then there's Wind. Dream of Grey drops back a little bit, asks to go. Pixelation, Staccato, and Less is Lost as they round the far turn. And it's Forever Royal who's still leading. Draconic Impact still chasing. Osprey the first to jump, and she's up into third now, coming on Trololo. Misfire is done. Smell the Roses, Paw Print getting involved in Dream of Grey, then Pixelation, and they're running down the stretch, and it's Forever Royal now taken over by Osprey, Trololo, Dream of Grey, and Paw Print Pixelation. It is Osprey, Trololo, Paw Print coming past them, Dream of Grey and Pixelation. Paw Print, though, with a mild upset, will win the filly and mare turf over Osprey, Trololo, then Dream of Grey, Pixelation, Forever Royal. I was looking for Technicolor Blues, but she's still running. The official winner is Paw Print, a 3-year-old Dark Bay filly by... It's doing the thing it did when I was recording yesterday, where it won't load the page. By the Wumble. Wow, I wouldn't have gotten that in a million years. Out of Random Cats by Antares. This might be the most random pedigree in the history of the sim. A homebred for Dryan Townsend, who is now 7 for 10 lifetime. And a 3-year-old to be reckoned with. Okay, next up is the filly and mare sprint, 4 minutes to post. See, that was the perfect time to have some extra time, right? And her headshot is great, actually. Oh, you could hear me better? Okay. The computer was literally like on my neck. I wanted to lay down for a second. Because sitting up in a bed, like, that's not your firm bed. I feel like I'm going to just get in trouble if I keep talking. So anyway, the filly and mare sprint is next. They're going 7 furlongs. We have a field of 16. On the fence, super fan for Gigi Go Faster, which is what I am, of 21 Pilots. Then comes number 2, Death Angel for Xander Zone. Yulene Sarah has the 3, Ill-Tempered. Roger Carlo with the 4, Diabolical Diva. I've decided that's named after me, even though it's definitely not. Then comes Jennifer Klebesh's Alentia. And you may recall last year when this filly won the juvenile filly sprint, she is now 11 for 12 lifetime. Pretty popular horse. Emancipation for Chris Barber. I like this horse because it has M in the name. Acetate. I think it's acetate, not acetate. That sounds wrong. For Durzo Blint, who's earned $500,000. Laura Fergan has the well-named Stormy, closing in on $1 million. Arkansan for Mike Bryant, also a $500,000 earner. Mike's other horse, Agro Rhythm, is drawn alongside. Then comes Cacophonista for Yulene Sarah. Anku Khan with the 12-time Nightfire, Atomic. For Gavin Guile is the 13. Another amazing name for Yulene is Powerline. Then Heart of Darkness, and rounding out the field, Dig This for John Exet. All right, entry clerk definitely just came back home, of which I'm far away, with my favorite ice cream, and sent a picture of it in the freezer. So I do guess I have to go home at some point. How are we all doing, guys? Are we all having fun tonight? It's Friday night. You're spending it with me. Is it daytime where anyone is? Like Diane, is it daytime there? Now that I'm not even on the Pacific time, I don't know what time it is places. Okay, so it's Saturday afternoon. At least the picture of him wasn't eating your favorite ice cream. Well, I was going to say something cheesy. Like, I'm way up in the sky right now. I'm at the high floor of a hotel. And I was like, if we all look outside at the night sky, then we're all looking at the same sky together. Wow. How familial of us. But Diane's not invited because it's daytime there. I assume it's still the same sky, but... They're off in the filly and mare sprint. Powerline was away slowly, and Cacophonista is rushed up to take the lead from the outside. Acatate and Superfan on the fence. Alentia, Diabolical Diva, and Atomic. Then Ill-Tempered and Heart of Darkness, Arkansan. Time, Night, Fire, Aggro, Rhythm, and Emancipation. Stormy, Dig This, Death Angel. And Powerline is at the back of the field. It's Acatate, who with a head in front of Cacophonista, a 2 back to Diabolical Diva, and a length to Superfan. Alentia has dropped back a spot. Atomic, then Ill-Tempered, a length to Heart of Darkness and Arkansan. Time, Night, Fire, Aggro, Rhythm, Emancipation, and Stormy. Then the rest are way back. Dig This, Death Angel, and Powerline, and they're sweeping into the stretch. Cacophonista takes the lead back of Acatate, and here's Alentia with her move coming alongside. Atomic is getting involved. Heart of Darkness and Time, Nightfire. Cacophonista and Atomic. Now Alentia sweeps right past them, and Alentia starts to run away, and Alentia is going to get another one of these. What a star, Alentia. Happily to the wire. Cacophonista with her head in front of Atomic, then Acatate, Heart of Darkness, and Time, Nightfire. The official winner, Alentia, a 3-year-old gray filly by Solar Punk out of Jadzia by Sire Line, a homebred for Jennifer Klebsch, who is now 12 for 13. Six races left to go, and next up is the Turf Mile. We're kind of like blazing through these. It helps if you don't call like 30 races before we get to the Stewards Cup. This is another field of 16, though. Oh, I didn't know Jennifer was here. Oh, congratulations, Jennifer. That's so amazing. On the fence for Tim Matthews, Exoteric has earned just short of $700,000. Then comes Spirited Lights for Kent Saunders. Endeavor, the 3 for Fanta Arcadia, has earned just short of $3 million. Surf on the Turf for Sten Reno Hackinson is kind of like Surf and the Turf, or Turf and the Surf. I have to Google it every single time that I do a ad campaign. Paul Sellers with a 5 Pilgrimage Possessor. I wanted to say Pilgrimage Professor so bad, but Pilgrimage Possessor. Sapling for Rebecca Rose Hepburn. This horse has already earned $5 million and won a Stewards Cup race. Feeling like you're getting braggy at this point. Black Blizzard for Tamara Estes is the 7. Deep Fried Ice Cream is the 8 for Andrew James. Xander's Own with the mare Puma Paws, bred by Gigi Go Faster. Fleason has the 10 Night Sky Z. Fearless Omen, the 11 for NPA Racing. Then comes Fleason's Moonraker Z. Spanish River for Kent Saunders. John Exet's Proactive. Goodnight Stories for Sten Reno. And then Tamara Estes on the outside with Super Fools. Not to be confused with Super Foods, which is what I originally thought this said. So Puma Paws has earned $2 million without a trophy. Endeavor has earned just short of $3 million without a trophy. But you know why? It's because Sapling has earned $5.7 million with like 12 trophies. It's only 4, but it feels like 12. Let's look at some of the other ones that have gotten close since we have a minute. Pilgrimage Possessor. Oh, won the Los Campeones. Ha, he has a trophy. Didn't even remember we did trophies for those. Black Blizzard for Tamara. Won the Stewards Cup Juvenile Turf last year. I thought I recognized that name. That one's by Win. I love Win as a sire. All right. Should I call it? Where the Smurf meets the turf, down at all Smurfmore. Gavin offering to design trophies for free. It's actually, the designing trophies is easy. Not easy, I don't have to do it, but I pay people to do that. But retroactively assigning trophies is a huge pain in the butt. That's why we don't do it for like every race always. It would be so easy though. It's such a win for this team. Like, if we just gave you a bazillion trophies, like, that costs nothing other than paying the artist one time. And then you love it forever. Like, it's so dumb that we don't have more trophies. I'm telling you. That's our bad. They're off in the Steward's Cup Turf Mile. Puma Paws was hustled from the gate. Moonraker Z and then Spirited Lights, Endeavor, and Sapling are right together. Deep Fried Ice Cream and then Proactive from the outside. Fearless Omen and Exoteric Night Sky Z. Super Fools is widest of all. Black Blizzard was a bad beginning. Then comes Good Night Stories, Surf on the Turf, Spanish River, and Pilgrimage Possessor is at the back of the field. It's Puma Paws who shakes clear by 2 over Moonraker Z and Spirited Lights. Endeavor, Deep Fried Ice Cream, and Sapling 3 back to Proactive and Exoteric. Fearless Omen and Night Sky Z, Black Blizzard, Goodnight Stories, Surf on the Turf. Then comes Spanish River, Super Fools, and Pilgrimage Professor. They round the far turn, and Puma Paws is leading by 2 over Moonraker Z. Then Endeavor, who's moved up to be 3rd, and Sapling right on his heels to be 4th. Spirited Lights 5 back to Fearless Omen, Deep Fried Ice Cream, Night Sky Z, and Black Blizzard ask the question, and they're into the stretch. And it's Puma Paws having to hold off the likes of Endeavor and Sapling. Moonraker Z is back 4th, Fearless Omen and Spirited Lights. It is Puma Paws, Endeavor, and Sapling 3 across the track. Endeavor gets ahead in front, and Endeavor and Puma Paws, it's Endeavor who wins the Turf Mile over Puma Paws. Sapling was 3rd, Moonraker Z, Fearless Omen, and Spirited Lights. The official winner is Endeavor, a 5-year-old black horse by Mecha Spirit out of Khaled. I used to be able to say that name, but it's been a while since that horse raced. By Crystal Ocean. This is a homebred for Fana Arcadia, who is now 17 for 22. Okay, you know what I was telling you guys about, like, the word dyslexia? That's not really what it is, I don't think, but my problem with letters and stuff. This entire year, I have thought Diane's horse Paw Print and Xander's horse Puma Paws were the same horse. So, they're not. Because they both had paw in it. Next up is the ladies' route. The first of the races where we're going to miss half the race. On the fence for Eric Nowbone, Kylie. And Kylie has some insane numbers and has been questionably managed, which is saying something considering how many times this horse has won. This horse is a Napoleon out of Goldfinch. This horse should have been going like 87 miles this whole time, but instead, she's been winning a bunch of graded stakes at 1 1/8 miles. So, who's right? Eric or the computer? Number 2, Baltimore Belle for Kent Saunders, a 5-year-old who's earned $1.2 million. This one's by Christopher Robin out of a Dave Matthews Band mare. That sounds like the appropriate pedigree for this race. Then comes Yuleen Sarah's 3, Hellamy, 1 for 9. Mike Bryant's No Speed Limits is the 4. That's a 4-year-old. Espoir for Ash Terrison has earned just short of $1 million. Wonder by Wonder for Danny Derby, a $1.1 million earner last year, won this race. Number 7, Conquering Blue for Eric Gray, a very nice 3-year-old. Almost Blue is alongside. So are we going to be Conquering Blue or are we going to be Almost Blue for Izzy Rafferty? Number 9, Lightcatcher for Durzo Blint. Has only one. I was going to say has won 5 of 17, but only earned $100,000. Zist Among Stars is a 6-year-old for Royal Celestine. She's earned just short of $750,000. Then comes Enderal for Ash, the second horse. Light Up a Midnight Sky for Brianna McKenzie, $500,000 earned. Jewel of the Nile for Laura Ferguson, homebred. Kent Saunders had Scarborough Fair. I think that this is like a sneaky, super nice horse. The Valley of Fire filly won the 1.5 New York Mini Marathon Stakes, the 1.25 Swiftly Stakes, the 1.125 Salute the Sky Stakes, like the 1.375 highly regarded over the boys. Like, this mare can do literally everything, and I'm obsessed with her. Sell me your mare, Kent. Oh, Lord. Passamaquoddy for Yulene is the 15, and rounding out the field, for Emily Mitchell is the 16 Squalor. So we're going to pick them up with 3 furlongs left to go, because that sounds like a good idea. Oh, Lord, Phantom might run that horse again next year. Thanks for that, Diane, who used to have a horse called Puma Pants, which is officially what I'm going to call Puma Paws from now on, because I cannot differentiate, so thank you. That was a sarcastic thank you. Six furlongs left to go in the Stewards Cup Ladies Route, and Kylie and Zistamong Stars have been dueling throughout. They're 4 lengths clear of Passamaquoddy, who's on the outside of Squalor, Enderal, and Scarborough Fair, a length back to Conquering Blue and a length to Helami, a Spore right alongside No Speed Limits. And then comes Wonder by Wonder, Almost Blue, and Light Catcher Baltimore Belle, Jewel of the Nile, and Light Up a Midnight Sky is well behind as they've approached the half-mile pole, and it's Zistamong Stars who wrestles the lead back from Kylie. Those two are 5 lengths clear. A Spore moving up into third now. Passamaquoddy loses that spot. Wonder by Wonder is coming from way behind from 11th to 12th. Almost Blue is there. Scarborough Fair, Conquering Blue, and Squalor. They're into the stretch now of the ladies' route, and it is Zistamong Stars and Kylie now losing the lead to a Spore, and a Spore is kicking away. Wonder by Wonder now up into second. Zistamong Stars. Kylie can do no better than 4th. Almost Blue 5th. A Spore so well cleared to win it by 3 and some in the ladies' route over Wonder by Wonder and Zistamong Stars, who are right together.